Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is April 9, 2024. Today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, market's really mixed. And that's really because the lull before the storm, right? The quiet before the storm. We've got lots of things coming up. As the week progresses, we've got a lot of economic events and corporate earnings happening. So the markets are really just tapering with lower volume. Now looking at the markets, no major economic events scheduled for today. So starting out with the Forex symbols, the US dollar slightly gains versus the major pairs. And as we look at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both remain unchanged. Looking at commodities, gold on its highs, while oil rebounding above $86 a barrel. Now looking at the stocks, Intel, a very important stock, continues to sell off while Tesla gets its bounce. Lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin continues to strengthen. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Euro USD. Just slight bounce continues to that 30-day moving average. I still expect it to be choppy, so just be aware of it. We're somewhere in the middle of our range. The upper limit 109.70, the lower limit 107.33, which is almost a 250 pip range, and we're just smack in the middle of it. So nothing really jumping out, looking at as a possible entry. And then looking at the GBP USD, not as strong, okay? I would expect it to be closer to that 30-day moving average. It's not. So this is interesting. Looking at the Japanese yen, and this is really important. It continues to really tease us at the top of its range as that continues. Okay, if we look at a daily, it's been there for quite some time. I'm just still looking at it. It's at the top of the range, just a few pips, but still keep on looking at this. If it does break out, you do want to be on top of it. Now looking at gold on its highs, 23.46 right now, continues to inch higher and higher back to its highs of 2.350. Nothing really to share here. I mean, it's showing tremendous strength and continuation on the upside, so it may just break out later today. Now looking at crude oil, back above 86.58 on its top of that range. Okay, so let's see if it can hold it and possibly even break higher. That might be a nice play today. Now looking at the Dow Jones, we bounced and then we tapered off back to 39,200-ish level. Now we're off of our 39 level. Now, a couple of things. Lots of news coming out. Banks coming out with their corporate earnings results later in the week. So keep that in mind. Looking at the NASDAQ also did bounce. Okay, we get that almost that crossover between the 30-day and the 8-day moving average. That's really important if it does cross over. Now, looking at the individual stocks. So like I said, we got Tesla, with it was trading on its lows and finally bounced. And bounced decent, okay, almost $4, okay, from yesterday. So that's a decent bounce. But if we look at Intel, look at this. Continues to trade lower to $37 a share. And that's breaking that 200-day moving average. That's really important, okay, as this is showing some further weakness. Now, this is a bellwether. This is one of the ones that go first in the market as it gets weaker. Now, jumping into JP Morgan, though, we bounced yesterday back to 198, not holding that $200 range for JP Morgan and not breaking higher. So keep that in mind as we're looking there at JP Morgan as well. Now, lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin rebounding above 70,000. Okay, but let's see if it could hold that 70,000 and break out higher. Otherwise, it's going to break back down to our lows of 65,000. So take that into consideration. Now, we start out tomorrow with major economic events moving into the rest of the week. And of course, next week, we're going to get a plethora of lots of corporate earnings and economic events that should move the markets as well. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.